Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kottabos Space Program, where today we are going to be taking a look at another fun, interesting little mod, this time in the form of the Glow Strips mod by forum user Zeranor. And this is a cool, quick little mod look today that, adds glow strips to the game. They're strips that glow with light and colors. They're glorious. So let's just head on into the VAB and take a look what this mod has to offer. Let's just grab ourselves a Mark I lander can to plop these things onto and head on over to the Utility tab, where we will find these glow strips in 4 varieties at the moment, in a 1 meter length, a 2 meter length, a 4 meter length, and then finally a 6 meter length. And let's just pop these babies on here. There is the 1 meter, fits quite nicely right there on the lander can. The 2 meter, and there we go, a little bit bigger in size, of course. Then we have ourselves the 4 meter, and last but certainly not least, the ginormous 6 meter. Dear God, that thing is, it's big. It's 6 meters long. Yeah. And like with any of the regular lights in the game, these do emit a small amount of light, though not very much light, because they are for glowing. And like a regular light, if we just grab a illuminator here and pop it on, you can change the color of these. So if we turn that on and just change that so we've got a nice little green projecting on the wall over there, these glowing strips can actually change their value color as well. So if we make this one green, which is one of the bugs at the moment, it would seem sometimes the color doesn't show up here in the VAB, but I assure you, when that thing is on, it will be green. And if we check out this one, make it a red, see if that one shows, and start glowing. Ah, there we go, that's showing as red. Let's stop that and bring it back up. There we go. So a slight little glitch, but not a very bad one, and easily fixed by just turning it on and off again. There we go, we have a glorious blue light, and well, let's make this one a yellow. There we go. I really, really love these glow strips. They're cool because they add kind of a Tron feel to the game if you put it together in a specific way. And hey, you can make your ships really stand out from your typical sort of spacecraft by adding these and doing them in various patterns. And well, on their own, they are just simple little strips that glow, but put together with others, they really start to look cool. So if we actually exit the VAB and go to the tracking station, we can take a look at a quick little satellite that I launched earlier, Glow 1, and take a look at that. And this was a really simple, crappy little satellite I just threw together for the purpose of the mod today. And if we hit 1, we've got the 1 meter strips there in a nice little box. If we hit 2, we get the blue 2 meter ones going along the girders. 3, we get the 4 meter ones in red. And then finally 4, I made these white because, well, I liked it. And it really stands out quite nicely from the background of the rest of the solar system that we have here. And it just looks really cool. I like the idea of adding these to space stations, or even little rovers, to make them more visible. As I know one problem I've had in the past, especially with docking, is visibility, especially on if the station is angled or if it's on the dark side of a planet. Imagine surrounding your docking port with some little glowing lights that aren't blinding like an illuminator would be. Sorry for the little flub there. Just a nice little light to guide you, and it is cool. And now this is just a very basic, crappy little quickly put together demo of what this can do and how it would look in space. But if we return to the Space Center, you can take a look at a plane that I built earlier that, well, lets you see what else you can kind of do with putting these glow strips to use for just the purpose of fun. Load up the glow plane, and using some of the parts that we've taken a look at from the past, I threw a lot of green glow strips onto here, and just some kind of quickly laid out patterns that aren't the greatest, but you know what? They're kind of cool when you're flying this thing in the dark. So if we load up this real quick and move our speed for... Whoa, too fast. Let's bring that back down. I shouldn't have gone all the way up to the fastest speed. Let's just get it to a nice dark night. And there we go. That should do. And there we have it. A beautiful little green pattern, which, oop, I forgot to turn on that light as a default. And if we just launch this plane up and take off. There we are. Put our landing gears up. We have a cool green glowing plane. Now, I should have put some on the bottom. It would have been a bit more interesting. But it's quite cool. I really like having these lights on here. It just adds a little bit something extra. Now, if you're playing a serious game, yeah, it's probably not going to be something you'll want to have on your ships. But just when messing around or wanting to make something that just looks cool, this is quite a fun thing to have. You have these glorious glowing lights that, well, just add a nice little bit extra to your ships. And I'm now noticing are probably adding a little drag by those wind effects that we're having. Now, one of the odd things about these at the moment is they all have the same mass of 0.015, no matter which one it is, whether it's the small one or the large 6-meter one. They all have the exact same mass to them, which, again, if you're playing more realistically, that could be an issue. But if you're just wanting to do this for fun, that's really not going to be a concern that you're going to have, I wouldn't imagine. You're just wanting it to look cool. Now, there are a few things that the mod creator is wanting to add to the glow strips in the future, because right now, they are pretty simple. They are just strips that glow, and you can change their colors. That is it. But in the future, he plans on, or hopefully, adding things such as programmable sequenceable lights, also non-tiling models of them so that they're a bit more free form, and also the possibility of making them use electricity. Right now, these don't use a single bit of electricity whatsoever. They just glow on their own, probably through some horrible radioactive process that you probably wouldn't want to stand too close to. But in the future, they may very well use up electricity, which I personally kind of hope they don't, because, well, they're just fun to play around with. And I hope that you go and take a look at this mod for yourself to do a little bit of playing around with it, because it's just fun. And I've already seen some things that some other people in the community have done with these lights that have actually taken a bit more time out of their schedule to make a cool-looking ship, and there are some pretty awesome things that people have done with the lights already. You know, spelling out various things, and even a few, like, basic sort of pictures with some of the lights. It's quite cool. But yeah, I hope you check it out for yourself. As always, the links for the mod is in the description. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode and that you come back for the next. But until then, thank you for watching, my friends. And as always, have a good one. Now I'm probably going to crash this plane. Later!